Hey guys, it's Lavere again, and welcome to another story. Um, Excuse the noise. Hopefully, it plays well in the background of the story. But I just wanted to give you a story about a young man that you may remember. Give me a minute. Um, Hold on. His name is DeAndre Bonds. He was a rising star that turned killer, unfortunately. Um, so here's the story from what I can put together. Um, so this guy, DeAndre or DeAndre was born in 1976 and grew up at South Central as a kid and was relocated to the I guess Beverly Hills area in South Central. Um, yeah. So even moving to Compton and living in Atlantic drives turf, but he never was part of a gang or anything. Um, he had a big family and having several siblings. Him and his mother was living pretty hard, and even the mom had fallen into taking crack and all that in the 80s. And this caused him, being the oldest, like most of us, myself also. I'm the oldest, not my experience, but he experienced a lot of things and grew up fast and hard. He had to help out with siblings naturally when their mother wasn't available a lot and pick up where she couldn't. So he was selling candy on the streets, pretty upstanding to take the role. Unfortunately, it happens a lot with young men. They grow up fast. They have to support their siblings when mom is not available or just don't want to be. Um, he was pumping gas at gas stations just to make money. He was just doing everything he could to keep life kind of good for them and his siblings, himself and the siblings. So they were placed in foster care a few years, and it was a battle in itself for him. First experiencing acting at such a young age, I believe he was 13, and then in a school play. From there, he knew he wanted to be an actor, basically. While selling candy, it would be his future. Um, Someone would be his future agent, basically by 16, and he would start to get roles. And he first appeared in a show called South of Sunset, followed by Picket Fences, and then Chicago Hope. But his biggest role up to this point, in 1995, was the movie called Tales from the Hood, which later became a classic for the cult. Um, and after this, he started to appear in a list of shows and movies like Sunset Park, NYPD Blue, Touched by an Angel, um, The Parenthood, Steve Harvey Show, and many more, like Get on the Bus. By the late 90s, however, you could say that DeAndre was blown up. In 1999, his most known and most memorable character would be born when he acted in a classic, a hood classic called The Wood. Now, everybody has probably seen this movie. Not me. I will now. And remember his character Stacy, um, as the brother of the main character, Crushed, and and yeah. So the movie left a mark, and that led into other roles like when him getting three strikes. There he played, where he played in a movie as a dude who got shot in the butt, and then it's just a lot of details about that. However, while he was doing all of this, he landed a movie called Lockdown, and you can call it I don't know, it kind of damaged his reputation as an actor, so he felt, and there's a background to that story, but however, this just was a part of everything bringing us to 2001. His life was changed forever. Okay, that's in his own words. He went to a family member's house to hang out, and also give them some money. He would get into an altercation with his aunt's boyfriend where basically he got beat up. He was overpowered and outsized. So he ran to get a knife to scare off his assailants or his opponents. But his auntie's boyfriend wasn't letting up and tried to attack him again. And he was defending himself and stabbed him once. And this was fatal, unfortunately. His aunt, her boyfriend, lost his life. He stayed on the scene and the man died in his arms. He was arrested on the scene and sat in jail, fighting the case with him getting no bail. DeAndre was convicted of manslaughter and received 10 years in prison, even though all the witnesses testified on his behalf, stating that it was self-defense. So the movie, I guess, Rising Carrera 25 was put on hold. It wouldn't be easy for him being a celebrity on the streets and him choosing not to go to PC, still trying to figure out what that means, because he didn't want to be around people of a certain type that was going to try and extort him and punk him and see if they can get him out of him standing for himself or his grounds. So he did go to prison countless times. He would see a bunch of chaos, fights, and stabbings in his 10 years. It wasn't easy, but he got his jaw broken. He was released after 10 years, as I stated, 2011, to what, basically 2001, a whole new world. DeAndre, he started a few interviews upon being released and even started doing a past hobby, which was rapping. His first role back to acting was a show called Rizola. And in 2013, I believe it was The Gangster Squad, followed by a movie in 2014 called Imperial Dreams, and just in the same year, he acted in a movie called Dope. This is where he played his original Wood character as an older Stacy, and that following year, he was acting in several low-budget movies, but during this time, he would be going through a bunch of hard things dealing with his addiction of drinking. He even had a video of him crying and having a breakdown. Soon after this, he was arrested with a knife and was sentenced to 20 months in jail, which stopped his addiction and helped him remain clean by 2019. His biggest role since being released from prison, though, was him appearing in the third season of Snowfall and became a recurring character, playing a crazy dude called Scully. Snowfall just finished his first season, which he has been a part of since the last 3 seasons. DeAndre overcame a lot in his life from every angle, no matter what has happened to him. He has found a way to overcome, and salutes to him. I just want to make my little comments. This is a very common story in communities, and I don't normally talk about this, but this is passionate to me because the traumas that these guys suffer as children due to absent parents and very little support, unfortunately, does leave demons and trauma, and who knows what sexual abuses happen to these kids when this happens, or certain things that were taught. It seems like he was doing pretty good. He didn't seem like he was too tainted by anything, still trying to do good, helping family. No criminal element pretty much, but the forces that be, he ran into an uncle just visiting family. You have to be very careful. This man may have been jealous or just crazy, or on his little man rant, where, oh, you're a young buck, you in here, you're of age, I'm going to show you, or whatever happened, who knows. But it ended up where this man was relentless and not supposed to be touching this young man. That's the thing. What gave him the authority to feel that he could treat DeAndre that way? This man is bringing money to the family. Maybe this man felt insecure or powerless, or maybe he was jealous and narcissistic of this boy's presence. but he didn't seem to pose a threat. But that happens when you go back to the hood and you've made some success of yourself and you've done well by your siblings or family. Most you can. Seemed like a very fine, handsome young man. So this man may have been jealous. However, it ended his life. Um, and this man has had demons and hauntings and regrets apparently since then. And this may have brought up some of his abandonment issues, trauma. Now he has a breakdown, it appears. And this kind of goes into where now um, he is carrying a knife, maybe out of paranoia of that beating. You don't leave without scars in some cases when you've been attacked or abused. I wish he would have left. When someone's that violent and crazy, you shouldn't be so apt to just stay. He could have just left, but he stayed. I don't know why. But he ended up becoming sober due to a jail visit and appears to be doing very well. I wish him the best. I just feel so sad for people, including myself, that have been through some traumatic experiences because I kind of understand psychiatry. I kind of help myself, but I know I need more professional help so I can manage. But kudos to him. I wish him the best with his healing, with his path, his success, and you guys stay blessed, stay up.